All righty. Good morning, or afternoon. Sorry. It's the afternoon for sure. Super excited to have everyone on. Looks like we still have some people filing in, but that's no problem at all. We'll go ahead and we'll dive right into it. We're super excited to get the week going with the Monday message today. We have super special guests today, Adam Burge and Mimi Romero. They're going to be diving into really a subject that all of us, really could benefit from. In the past 2 weeks, both of these guys have submitted over 35,000, which is crazy because usually at this time of year, this is when most agents choose to slow down. They got the holidays. They'll say they'll get around to it at the new year, whatever that may be. But not these guys. No, they are going full steam ahead. So super excited to hear, what they've been doing, what's been working for them, and then see how we can implement it ourselves into our own businesses. Because I don't know about you, but 35,000 in 2 weeks sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good to me. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. I'll go ahead and shut up. Mimi and Adam, are you guys on here? You guys live?
Yes, we are.
There you are.
Hello,
Awesome.
hello.
Welcome.
Hey,
All
look
righty.
at my
Well,
hat, Adam.
I see that. I wish I had mine on.
I got my shirt too.
There
man,
you go. She's
Appropriate
decked
for the
out.
moment.
He is decked out. That is awesome. All righty. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to you guys. I'm gonna go
All
ahead and
right.
head
Well,
out, but
thanks,
y'all
Chandler.
take it away.
Thanks, Chandler. Yeah, what we're going to do is to kind of make the conversation easy, guys. We're going to talk on a number of subjects. We've got about eight or so that we were thinking about today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Mimi questions, and she's going to answer, and I'm going to answer. We're going to kind of take turns that way. All right. So that way we both get a chance to kind of comment on these topics that we think will be helpful and encouraging to everyone. Okay. So you ready, Mimi? I
I'm
want to hear
ready.
your I want to hear your wisdom. Let's talk about mindset. What do you have to say about mindset?
Mindset. So my idea, Adam, is mindset is the biggest piece in this business.
Mhm.
Once you're done with mindset, that's why we're gonna talk about activities because these two, if you marry these two, that's how you get success.
Mhm.
And we both agree on it. We talked about it earlier. So you need to have your mindset strong to succeed because not everyone you call is gonna pick up. Not everyone you meet with is gonna see you. So if you get yourself discouraged early on, there goes your week and
Right.
your month or even the year. You might as well quit
Yeah.
altogether. So so that's why I tell all my agent and myself, Adam, this business is not physical, it's mental. That's all.
Yeah.
So how do you take care of it? I think that's the one. People don't just want the question, they want the answer to it, right? Microwave mentality nowadays. So what do you do for your mindset? I'll share with you a couple of things I do and you can share what you do. So I wake up early. It's not convenient. I fight every morning. It gets easy with time to wake up at 5 and read. And I try to exercise. I try is the key word right there because that's my weakest link right there. Exercise, but it's good for your mindset. So you don't have to be perfect at these things. You just have to keep doing them until you get good at them. I'm gonna keep trying to exercise until I exercise and it becomes a habit. You know what I mean? It's good for your health, it's good for your mind. And I write my stuff. Like I have these books, like I always show you guys, I always have these next to my bed and in my bag. I have multiples of those books where I write my goals, I write what I'm struggling with, I journal things just so I can have my mind clear, so I can be better. So when I talk to my clients, I can help them. Those are the things I do, Adam. What do you do? What's your
Yeah.
magic? Hey, you were 30 some thousand. You
Yeah, last
special.
week, you know what's funny about that, Mimi, is I was thinking about the Monday message last week and how he had written like 26.5, and I thought that is so encouraging. That the week before I had taken off because I was taking care of my parents up in Indiana in God's country. But the week I came back, I'm like, wow, that was so encouraging. Mimi wrote 26.5. And so it was very motivating, very encouraging. So I buckled down. I was going to have a good week. And then Monday, I wrote nothing. Tuesday, I wrote nothing. Wednesday, I wrote nothing. And that is not like me. I'm usually by Tuesday, I've got a few under my belt. But I thought, you just can't in this business, there's going to be some ebbs and flows. but you can't just like roll up your sleeves and say, well, or give up, that is, throw up your hands and say, I give up. I'm not going to bother anymore this week. You just have to persist. You
That's
have to
right.
be persistent professional. And so Thursday, I actually wrote like $1,000 a month of premium that day. And then like the next day, I I wrote 3 policies for $750 a month and did like 4 rollovers. What? I know.
Voila.
Yeah. But it is about attitude and mindset. You just have to persist and not get discouraged, because this is the truth of the matter. What we're doing is not is we're not reinventing the wheel.
Mm-mm.
We're not figuring this out for the first time. People have been coming long before us into this business and have been doing well at it. We just have to learn what they're learning and persist and not give up. And we'll find over time, very quickly, in fact, we'll start having successes too. But if you get distracted by the laundry, the dishes in the dishwasher, your puppy, what's happening in the backyard, watching television, I mean, these are all kinds of things you can be doing that you wouldn't care about if you weren't working, right? When you are working, all of a sudden the dishes in the dishwasher matter. They
They're
become,
important. They're
yeah,
very important.
right. Yeah. So mindset's important. Let's talk about the next one. Schedule. What do you have to share with us about schedule, Mimi?
Ooh, that's another crucial one. Guys, what we want you to know, we don't want you to think of this as a list. These are the magic. Me
Mhm.
writing 35, Adam writing 35. We're not special.
Mhm.
We just do what people who want to win do. So what they said is the difference between a successful person and a non-successful person is that successful people do what non-successful people are not willing to do. It's not able. They're not willing to do it.
Mhm.
That's the difference. And that's why we're giving you guys these key things. There's nothing more to it, really. It's just doing it over and over.
Mhm.
Schedule. Schedule is crucial, Adam. You know it. I know it. You have to have a schedule. What's my schedule? Okay. On Monday, like today, I'm gonna down. Tomorrow, I'm in the I'm in the field. So
Mhm.
I do mix. I do some telesales because I got used to it with COVID
Mhm.
and I got good at it. So I do telesales and I do in-home as well. So I break my schedule down where some like today I'm gonna be downing for tomorrow and do everything else I need to do. On Wednesday, I'm gonna be doing telesales. And in between my telesales on Wednesday and Thursday, I do telesales. And in between those, because not everybody's gonna pick up.
Mhm.
That's why I don't encourage people, new people especially, to do telesales because it's a hustle, a real one.
Mhm.
Because you
Mhm.
need to make more phone calls to get success.
Mhm.
And it's a skill in itself. We're not gonna go there right
Mhm.
now. So in between my telesales on Wednesday and Thursday, I dial for Friday and Saturday.
Mhm.
I'm always hustling.
Mhm.
I don't have a time. I don't have a number of dollars. Don't ask me that part because I don't have it. I
Mhm.
just dial
Mhm.
until I get
Yeah.
what I need. But
Right.
that's my schedule. And if you don't have a schedule, what you were saying, Adam, I'm agreeing with, you're gonna do the laundry first. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. And the
Mhm.
dog, and then the smell is horrible. Maybe I need to go buy some stuff to some spray to. You cannot find something,
Right.
but have a schedule so you can stay disciplined.
Yeah.
Have it and stay consistent at it. What do you do, Adam? What's your
Yeah.
schedule look like?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm a 5:30 guy myself, and I get up and make my coffee and I do my Bible reading. I do some secular reading. That's something that I need, like that's something that'll make me better in my field of life insurance. I go to the gym. I think that's very important. It really helps me manage stress, and I get a lot of clarity. I got out
Mhm.
of the gym this morning, and I called a few agents with some things that we could do together to kind of make for a really good week. And it
Mhm.
came to me while I was exercising at the gym. Exercise is very important, but I agree with you wholeheartedly about um, the way I interpret what you said there was basically go for no,
Yep.
right? That's
Mhm.
what it is. It's go for
That's
no.
all.
Is
That's
you
all.
just keep dialing until you get what it is you want to accomplish.
Mhm.
Now, I think it's important for people to understand I do not work a 40-hour work week.
Mhm.
I love what I do and I feel like I'm good at it, but there are other things that I enjoy doing as
Right.
well. You know, I have a family, a wife, I got a little dog I love dearly.
Right.
I have a house to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
I only work Monday through Thursday,
Right.
and Friday I take off. On occasion, I'll work a Saturday afternoon, which is maybe once a month, if that often. But I
Right.
try to accomplish everything that I want to accomplish money wise in the 4 days a week that I work, and I find that I can. But to go to your point about schedule and what you said earlier about telephone sales, is it was because of my schedule, dialing appointments and setting appointments and running appointments, that I learned how to do the telephone sales. And it got to the point now by following that schedule, I do not have to go. I very rarely am in a client's house anymore. It's
Mm-hmm.
very rare. I think I went to
Mm-hmm.
a client's house once this calendar year, back in January. But I've just been focusing on the telesales, and COVID, helped with that. That whole situation really helped with, doing a lot of
Mm-hmm.
telephone sales. But that's not going to happen, folks, unless you're sticking to a schedule. It's not going to happen. I know
You
that's
get
true for you.
distracted.
Yeah, it's true for you and for me both. Let's talk about
Yep.
leads. Mimi, what do you have to say about leads that somebody will find encouraging and helpful?
Okay. So what I'm gonna say is you need leads.
Hmm.
What define leads, Mimi? Well,
Hmm.
you need people to talk to.
Hmm.
Would you agree with me, Adam?
Yeah, absolutely. No question.
That's all a
Yeah.
lead is. People
Hmm.
to talk to. Call it internet leads, mailing leads, cold market leads, warm market.
Hmm.
I do
Hmm.
all of them.
Hmm.
All of that I'm saying right now, Adam, I do
Hmm.
all of them. I do current clients. I do orphan clients.
Hmm.
I do current clients who fall off the book,
Hmm.
who got declined. I rewrite them. I do
Hmm.
a mixture of everything because
Hmm.
guess what? A little bit of everything works.
Right.
And then there's one thing I want to make clear for people. I remember early on, Adam, when I came, there was a guy who used to work at the lead department. It says, Mimi, it's either you have money or you have time.
Hmm.
So if you have time, if you don't have money, well, you know people, then go hustle them or go to the store, go to church, do
Hmm.
different activities where you can find people to talk to, right?
Hmm.
Or if you don't have that kind of things, then you must have a little bit of money, even if it's a couple $100.
Hmm.
Invest. It's a
Hmm.
business, it's not a job.
Hmm.
I want to make that clear for people.
Hmm.
You cannot want to be like make 50,000 or what 35,000 like we're writing in a
Hmm.
week and spend $100. It's
Hmm.
not going to happen.
Right. That is so true. If we were to talk to, I think that ties in nicely with dials, because if you're gonna buy leads, you have to call the leads. You can't expect the business just to fall in your lap because you bought a lead. I'll be really frank with everybody. I hate dialing. Can't
Yeah,
stand it. It's not
you
the
have
thing
to
I would
do
prefer
it.
to do,
Yeah.
but I got to do it. It's got to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't have enough leads to keep me busy for a day, I'm going to have to invest in myself and buy the leads I need to make for myself for a full dialing day.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I've kind of realized. I've kind of come to this understanding is if I do this on Monday and Tuesday, especially, if I work really hard on those 2 days, dialing, setting appointments and the like, trying to do what I can to sell on the first call, it's going to spill into that success is going to spill naturally into Wednesday and Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Thursday comes and I'm kind of winding down for the week, with my activity, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday feel great to me because I did the work that I had to do on Monday,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday. You see, I took care of business, at the beginning of the week. So when it comes to schedule leads and dials, and even appointments for that matter, I just work really hard on those 2 days, first half of the week, and it spills into Wednesday and Thursday too, and it makes for a great week. Let's talk about next appointments. What do you have to share with us about appointments, Mimi? What do you think?
Well, I would say for me personally, Adam, My appointment will vary depending on how much money I'm trying to make, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
but like I said, but consistently it will vary between 20 to my 40.
Hmm.
Okay. And if you're full time, you're not having something in between those, you're not full time.
Hmm.
And even if you work part time, part of the week, I should say, not necessarily part time.
Hmm.
You work part of the week, but you make sure you get all your numbers in within the time. What did
Hmm.
you do? You prioritize, right?
Hmm.
You had to prioritize what you want to know. You know, you want 20 appointments. I'm going to book them right there. Or so that's what I do. I deal between that 20 to 40.
Hmm.
If I go over, that's even better. If I don't meet my goal, I will spill it over to more than that.
Hmm.
Someone me, I'm using my phone. so so appointment, that's what it is for me. You need to have them. If you don't have
Hmm.
appointments, there's no money to be made because you don't
Hmm.
have people to help. You need those appointments to how many dollars do I make, Adam, to book this appointment? I think I answered that questions because that's something people are always curious about. How many dollars do you make? Now I don't make that many dollars.
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I even text people and book appointment like that.
Hmm. Yeah,
But remember, I've been doing this for a good minute. So
right.
I learned what to say in a text to get people interest.
Hmm. Hmm.
I know what to say on the phone, so I don't make a whole lot of dollars. I still book the number of appointment that I need. But for a new agent, my numbers and Adam's numbers are not yours. You shouldn't use that as an example. That's when you
Hmm.
become more seasoned. You should
Hmm.
definitely do that. 350 that I used to do, or
Hmm.
400 that I used to do back in the
Yeah.
days, apply that, and then you see the result. And someday you get to that make $50 and then you book all your
Yeah.
appointments. That's what I
Yeah.
have to say.
But it's true. But it's true. When I first started doing this 2 years ago, I wanted to have the success that other agents, like you and Jeremico, Hutchinson, all these fantastic agents that have been doing this long before I came along. I wanted to have the success they were having, but in order to do that, I had to do the preliminary work. I had to do the, 350, 400 dials a week at the beginning. I had to try to set the 30, 40 appointments a week that I could.
Mhm.
Um, but that's very important is sitting those appointments. Now I do a lot of them by phone because I can cover a lot more ground more quickly.
Mhm.
And if anybody wants to know what it is I do, I use the method that Adam Johnson teaches. When COVID first started, a lot of agents were trying to figure out, okay, what do we do now? Because we can't book appointments and sit in homes because nobody wants
Mhm.
us in their home, and for obvious and good reason. And so about a year ago, I got the video that Adam Johnson did, and they showed us how to do in-home appointments over the telephone. And I started doing that, and it's been, there was a learning curve, no doubt about it. But there was also a learning curve when I first started doing dials. There was a learning curve when I first started sitting appointments in the home. Yeah, and
Mhm.
there's a learning curve when it comes to telephone sales. But see, now I can cover a lot more ground because I'm not driving as much. And that works for me, works really well for me. Today already, I've made $3,000 in annual premium. What is it? 1 o'clock by 1 o'clock. Last week on Monday, that wasn't true, but usually Mondays and Tuesdays are kind of like that for me, where I get to, I make a few thousand or several thousand in annual premium on Monday and Tuesday. And I use that method that Adam Johnson teaches. So if anybody wants that video, I have it. Just shoot me a text, and I'll be happy to share it with whoever wants one. Let's talk about Seek coaching. I think this is important, Mimi, because when I have a lot of flashbacks when I first started doing this, and uh, I was calling people. I called you, I called Jeremico, I called Steven. I was calling all kinds of people, trying to, get wisdom from them. I avoided calling the same person over and over and over again because I didn't want to. I felt like I didn't want to. I'm sure they felt differently, but I didn't want to um, overwhelm them or become a nuisance to them. But I tried calling multiple people, lots of different people. Sometimes it was just an attaboy, you're doing great. Just keep going. Don't give up.
Right.
Sometimes it was specific issues, questions I was having, and I wanted to see how they would address it. That is so important. So important. Sometimes I have new agents now who I will not hear a peep from. And then all of a sudden they stop selling or they stop buying leads. And I call them and say, hey, what happened? Well, things just weren't working. Well, why didn't you call me? Just call. Let me know how things are going. I can't chase you down. I'm a very busy person too.
Mm-hmm.
So, don't make people chase you down to find out how things are going.
It's your business after all.
Contact others. Yes. Contact others. Reach out to them. They'll be more than happy. That's what I appreciate about TDG and the Alliance is that everyone wants to see everyone succeed. I am not competing with you, am I, Mimi, for the same leads or agents? No.
You help my people in Georgia all the time.
Yeah. We're not competing for these clients. It's so why not share what's working for you with me, and vice versa.
Yep.
And that's what's nice about the Alliance.
Yep.
People will do that. Now, I remember, I try not to get discouraged by these experiences. I remember reaching out to one agent when I first got started who wasn't in our upline, and she said, talk to Stephen. And I was like, okay, well, thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing. But I thought to myself, I am not going to be that person.
No.
I am not going to be that person. I don't care if you're in our upline or not, or in our base shop or not, or downline. I don't care. I really don't care. If you need help, and I will be happy to pass along what I've been given because others were gracious and helped me. I want to be that person in return for somebody else. So
that is the truth.
Yeah.
The truth. And you do it all the time. I remember I had Jonathan in one of my agents in Georgia. You're in Georgia. He's in Georgia. And you were fine helping him. So you said, well, at least we share the same state. He might be competing with me for those points. No. There's a lot more involved than just that one client. It's a big state. So seek coaching. I love everything you say, Adam. I'm going to say you need to seek coaching on all those stuff we talk about. Schedule, leads, dials, and appointments. You need coaching on all of them. Your schedule. If you knew, you should sit with your upline to set up a schedule. And once you set it up, keep it up. So don't deviate from it unless if you talk to them. Talk to your upline about your new schedule. Hey, especially if you're doing this part-time or whatever, other things come. Or if you're a mom, you have stuff going on, you have a sick family member, things happen and we know it. You're in business for yourself, not by yourself. So talk to your upline to set up a successful schedule. I bet your upline's been through it.
Yeah.
So they can help you. So you need coaching on that. Leads. What lead do I get? How many do I get?
Hey, how do I work them?
How do I work them?
Right.
So, okay, I want to make $10,000, but I only can invest $200. What should I do to fill in the gap? Because you're going to need to do something. 200?
Right.
Maybe for me and Adam, we probably can turn 100 into 10,000 on a good week because we know how to talk to people and get them to invest. But for a new person, you're going to need all these numbers to align for you to make it happen. So even leads, talk to your upline about leads, about talking to people. I have some people on my team, I don't want to name, but they're really good at, I'm not investing the cash here in buying leads, but Mimi, I have a big network. How do I work them? How do I talk to my church people at the gym, people wherever? You can make it happen without investing in leads, but you're going to invest the time in talking to these people. Does that make sense? So seek coaching on that as well. Your dials, when you make dials, you talk to 2 to 3 people outside, you don't book an appointment. Call your upline, text your upline. Hey, these are the people that I talk, that's the objection that I have. What am I doing wrong? Don't keep dialing for 2 hours and then at the end, I didn't book any appointments. That's not helpful.
Right.
Call us, seek the coaching while you dialing.
Yes.
Same thing with appointments. When you're in the home, don't call after you get out of the home. I can't help you.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You know what I used to do, Adam? When I started, I used to text 4 or 5 people at the same time. I would text you if you were there, and I'll text Steven, I'll text Jason, I'll text I'll text 5 people asking the same question because I know people are busy.
Right.
If you don't get to me because you're busy, Steven will. One of
Yeah.
the 5 will
Right.
get back to me. Does that make
Exactly.
sense? And I
Yeah.
don't take it personal either. Don't get easily offended. Travel light, like Steven liked to say.
Yeah.
Don't carry emotional baggage. Those are Steven
Right.
words, not mine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
those are things he always used to tell me back in the days. He said, don't carry emotional baggage. That's me. Travel, let it go.
Right.
So if somebody don't get back to you, do what Adam did. I'm not gonna be like that person. I'm gonna seek another person to help you.
Mm-hmm.
But don't take it
Mm-hmm.
personal and carry it in, and then
Mm-hmm.
it stop you from growing. Does that
Right.
make sense? So
Yeah.
I used to have my leads, Adam. I used to ask questions on the phone back in the days. Now I don't. But I used to ask medical questions on the phone with my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the days when I started, it was all in the home.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be like, I'll go to hotspot or that on Monday for the other days, and then I'll go to hotspot. I'll be like, hey, Adam, I have a client who said they have COPD. What's a good company?
Right. Yeah.
At least based on COPD and age, who can I match them with?
Right.
Because
Right.
we didn't have the underwriting tool right now that spit out the answer for you.
Right.
We didn't have that,
Right.
So it was like old school stuff. So they'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
well, based on this and that, you can write this and that. So, okay, I take notes, write it in the back, but
Mm-hmm.
still in the home, I'm calling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is what I did. This is what I found. What else I found?
Yeah.
Call.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
seek coaching, journal your stuff.
And you got to be persistent too, guys. I mean, this is really kind of probably the last topic, but it's such an important one because, when I first started doing this, if I made, my dials and I set my appointments, my first month, I think I did like 8,000 in commissions, which was fantastic for me. I was like, man, this is great. Look, I just, and I was really sick at the time too. I mean, I was bedridden for that first few months I started doing it. Literally, I was bedridden. I was that sick. But I just, I just knew that if others could do it, I could do it too. It wasn't like their abilities and know-how or intelligence or looks or anything made them successful in a way that I can't be successful too.
True.
And so I knew I just had to persist and learn my business and find ways to do things and not give up. That's so important is, you just can't give up. I think about what my dad would say when I was a little boy and things weren't going right. He'd say, suck it up, buttercup. Sometimes that's what you got to do, right? You just gotta, you gotta be an adult, right? And just decide that I'm going to do well at this. I'm not going to give up. And you're going to find yourself learning and getting better and better and better at things. And then when you realize where you were at one point and then we are now, you're going to be amazed at the progress you've made in a short amount of time.
100%.
But it's only going to happen with being a persistent professional, not giving up, working hard. When I'm working, I am all in. When I'm not working, I'm focused on the other thing that I'm doing that's important to me. But when I have set aside my work hours for the week, I'm all in. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to focus. I'm going to be persistent. I'm not going to give up. Am I going to have better weeks than others? Yes. That's just the natural ebb and flow of business. But we cannot go into December and end the calendar year with a goose egg. It just isn't good. Then you go into January, and then January is going to be a bust because the momentum you lost in December, you're going to try to catch up in January. See, it spills into the next month.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, and so, and you look at the numbers, folks. It's when Stephen first told me that 2 years ago, the weekly call, we look at the numbers for the previous week in December. It's like all the agents just kind of just gave up. Don't do that. Don't do that. December is a fantastic month. November is a fantastic month. Between Mimi and I, we have written $70,000 in 4 weeks.
That's right.
And that was mostly in November.
That's right.
Yeah, it was all in November.
True.
Yeah.
100%.
So, yeah, and that was the month of Thanksgiving when people are traveling all over the country to be with family. So that tells you December can be a great month too, guys. December can be a great month. What's going to help you also have a great month is boot camp, right, Mimi? Super important.
Very.
Super important. Every event that we have, I remember when I first started doing this, I'd ask Stephen, hey, do you think I should go to this? Is it going to really help me? And he'd say, listen, he says, every time you go to an event, it's going to accelerate your growth by 6 months or more.
Very true.
And at first I thought, okay, all right, I trusted Stephen. I trusted him. I knew he wouldn't steer me wrong, but I wasn't quite seeing it that way. But I went and he was right.
It's a matter of perspective, right?
It is. It is. Sometimes it isn't even so much anything new that I learned, but I had a chance to talk with other people and share experiences. And that camaraderie really helped me recharge my battery. And I didn't realize how much I needed that until I went.
That's right.
Yeah. And then I came back and then I ended up having a great month. I think what's funny is that November was a great month for me because early in November, I went with Andy to the cabin and spent a weekend there. And I didn't realize how much I needed some time to kind of, talk to other professionals and share experiences and learn new things. I learned how to do infinite banking from Tim Long when I was up there. I wouldn't have learned that had I not gone to that event. So boot camp is super important, guys. That is so important.
Coming up, right? When is it?
Saturday. This coming Saturday. And we have a few tickets left, guys. Don't dilly-dally. Don't, be serious. Be a persistent professional. Get your tickets to that event. It'll be the best $60 you ever spend in your life. I learned so much at last year's boot camp, and I can't wait for us to do more and more of those. How do you feel about that, Mimi? Do you agree?
I 100% agree. I remember when I started early on, someone said, big things happen at big events. That's the truth. So it's not a national convention, but yet it's bigger than your team. It's bigger than you if you're working on your own. So definitely get there. I won't be there because I'll be in Dallas, in Vegas with Andy. Andy is gonna be on the West Coast. So some people on my team, we're gonna be going to the West Coast event with Andy. But you have to go. You got to go to grow. I don't remember who said anything now because it just becomes natural. You have to go to these events, like you said, even just a relationship, it refuels you. You learn. You have to go to everything. I used to go to everything. And I know at the beginning, guys, especially when you're new, it's hard because you're not making money. So you're like, I don't want to pay the ticket. I don't want to pay the hotel. Room with someone if you have to. Stay at Best Western, for God's sake. I don't care. Stay anywhere. The money you're gonna be making from learning, Adam, I believe will help you stay at a better hotel the next time you go. So,
no, I don't care what the best hotel in Arden, North Carolina is where I'm going to be staying. It's now 2 years ago I might have been kind of scrimping my dollars, right? But now, with 35,000 for the month of November, I don't sweat the small stuff. I just focus on the things that are more important, how I use my time and my wife and and my little dog. I'm going to bring my little dog with me next week and introduce you to you guys because
that's awesome.
Oh, I tell you, she is just so sweet. You're just gonna love her. Yeah, little Heidi. So yeah, so have a good month, guys. Come to boot camp on Saturday, please. In Arden, North Carolina, is where we're gonna have boot camp at the Bay Shop. It's not gonna be a rah-rah session, it's gonna be a training session.
Yeah.
We're gonna it's gonna be nothing but classes all day long on how to become better at your business. And you're gonna go home with new things you've learned, new perspectives, new know-how that is going to make you more money.
True.
In the time you have set aside to work. See, that's what it's all about. Being successful, being a persistent professional, and being a successful professional. All right, Mimi, I think that's good. I think I feel encouraged.
Me
you
too.
feel encouraged?
I feel encouraged. That's why I'm about to go make more dollars so I can have another. I can beat you next week. Let's do that. Healthy competition right there. Let's do it, Adam.
I like it.
Hey,
All
we
right,
need
guys.
this. Guys, let's go do it. These things that we mentioned, that's what we're doing. Go to training, practice these things, and then your success is to come. A lot of money to be made. I need to sell a lot, Adam, because I got 2 kids and they're expensive. I need the money. So you guys go kill it. I love you all, and I want to see you guys succeed. You